I had a couple of people ask for an update on my aquarium, so this is what you're getting right here. This is kind of the broad view of what you'll see if you're just sitting in front of it. It's about mid-August for this update. I've lost a couple of pieces, but gained a couple of pieces, which is kind of the nature of the tank. King right now, about center screen on the bubble coral, it's doing magnificent. Seems to really be taken to the tank this time, so that's the one that's kind of puffy with all the little lines and stripes. Beyond it in the back, that's a Galaxion coral. That's a small tip stony, pretty aggressive little guy. It's the green one that you see the little tips waving around. It has sweeper tentacles. They're like stingers that will go out maybe 2-3 inches to the side, so it kind of clears a path of anything that is in the way. Another new addition, see the orange cactus looking piece, that's a sponge. Kind of relocated it to the top of the tank so it gets a little bit more light. The higher up in the tank, the more intensity of the light it gets. Some creatures need that, some prefer not to. Here is, see that little guy there, the kind of white and tan spotted. That's one of my shrimp, or actually it's the only one left. The other one died, and it was so kind of sad. The other shrimp was struggling. They're called harlequin shrimp, and this one literally picked him up here in the center of the tank, carried him all the way over underneath that outcropping, I'm thinking for safety's sake, and kind of placed him there. I lost him a couple days later, but it's kind of interesting to see that interaction within the species. So he just got through eating for 3 days, so he's pretty satiated and just sitting on the rock, kind of hanging out, checking things out. That you're looking at with the blue, that is called a crocus clam. They're one of my favorite type of animals. It will pretty much open and close throughout the day. What you're seeing, the opening there, and then the little tip, that's the breathing and feeding apparatus. They eat minute little beings that I interject through a liquid form. So I'm learning a little bit more about them. I had one before and lost him, so I did a little bit more studying so I don't lose one this quickly. You'll see various snails throughout the tank. These serve a purpose, and there's about 5 different species, 5 different types. But they'll be stuck, like there's some bumblebee snails right there. They'll be stuck on the sides of the glass or in the rock or doing their cleaning, which is what they're there for. The tall tan looking piece there, this guy came in and had roughly 3 heads. Now he has 5, so I'm pretty happy with how he's setting up and growing. Just beyond him, what you're looking at right there, that's an encrusting coral. That's a small tip stony coral. At night it glows different colors and seems to be pretty successful so far. I've moved it a little bit lower in the tank to get it out of the direct light, and seems to be doing really well there. Quick update for some that haven't seen it. This is a brain maze coral, the green with the brown. That's my rarest species and seems to be doing exceptionally well. Likes this corner of the tank where I placed him here. When I say like or they're happy, that's just terminology in the hobby saying that they're doing fairly well. Let's see what else. That's a Stylophora coral there, another small tip stony. The green and brown kind of irradiates, and when I actually have the pumps on, it waves kind of like a tree, so it's really pretty. That's a mushroom there, the tan looking one. This will go from very small to very large depending on the time of the day. Another giant mushroom is kind of in the middle there. See that bluish green thing that's kind of hidden by all the other polyps and the wavy brown stuff at the top. See what else is new. Now that red one is a war coral. I've talked about him before. All those little tips that you see are mouths. So it's one giant organism, but they eat separately, and it's a fairly aggressive species. If you put worms or some type of food in there, you will see him gobble them up. See what else. This green and tan here, that's my frog spawn coral. He's grown quite a bit and is pretty puffed out right now. At night he will retract to about 1/3 that size. Backs off quite a bit. Up at the top right, that is my tuxedo urchin, and tonight she's wearing a few rocks and a little bit of moss. As I've explained before, she'll shed that, add different, just whatever she goes around and picks up and dresses up as that particular night. Very interesting species, and is all over the tank. She'll be here now, and 3 hours later she may be completely over there or down here. Just a real active creature and a lot of fun to watch. So we're about 6 minutes. That's pretty much an update on everything. I'm going to turn the pumps on so you see the difference. Of what occurs when they are flowing. Watch as this coral here comes to life as it pulls up. That's a xenia coral, soft coral, and the clownfish likes to live in that. It's a symbiotic relationship where the clown just takes it over kind of as its home, and will rarely be more than 2 or 3 inches away from that at any one time. And when I feed it, clownfish will take the food and try to stuff it inside of the coral, which doesn't eat that way, but doesn't much have a choice, I suppose. And that's a pretty good update. If I add anything new in the next couple of months, I'll key everyone in. It's a fact. Well-balanced lives begin with well-balanced meals, and balanced meals are registered dietitian